2026 Hummer H1. Welcome back to Improve Autos. Today, we're witnessing the return of the most intimidating vehicle ever built. This is the 2026 Hummer H1. Forget everything you know about standard SUVs. This is a military-grade fortress redesigned for ultra-luxury off-grid living. For 2026, the H1 has been reborn as an expedition powerhouse, combining its legendary 16-inch ground clearance with a high-end interior that rivals a private jet. Whether you're looking for the ultimate family adventure rig or a million-dollar luxury motorhome in a compact, bulletproof shell, the 2026 H1 is the apex predator of the road. We're talking 1,000 foot-pounds of torque, central tire inflation, and a price tag that will make your jaw drop. Let's get into it. Exterior and utility. The 2026 H1 retains its iconic wide-track Humvee silhouette, but with modern carbon fiber accents and high-intensity LED matrix lighting. It is wider than a semi-truck and built to be indestructible. The utility here is unmatched. It features 37-inch all-terrain tires as standard, with the famous Central Tire Inflation System, CTIS, that allows you to deflate or inflate your tires from the cockpit while moving. For 2026, the exterior includes integrated solar panels on the roof to power your off-grid electronics and heavy-duty recovery winches on both the front and rear. Whether you choose the open-top adventure trim or the enclosed wagon style, this is the only camper that can literally drive through 3 feet of water without breaking a sweat. Interior and tech. Inside, the 2026 H1 has traded its military plastic and metal cockpit for a luxury motorhome experience. We're seeing hand-stitched Italian leather, genuine walnut wood trim, and a fully digital cockpit. For the U.S.A. market, it's packed with tech and the premium 14-speaker Bose sound system. The cabin is now sound-insulated to luxury car standards, meaning you can have a quiet conversation while crawling over boulders. It's the perfect family adventure cabin, rugged enough to handle mud, but comfortable enough for a 10-hour road trip. Performance and off-road stats. Under the hood, the H1 is a monster. It's powered by a 6.6-liter Duramax turbo diesel V8, producing 450 horsepower and a massive 910 pound-feet of torque. This engine is paired with an Allison 6-speed automatic transmission for maximum durability. The stats are incredible. Towing capacity, up to 12,000 pounds, enough to tow a massive trailer or boat. Payload, over 3,000 pounds. Off-road, 16 inches of ground clearance and a 30-inch wading depth. Whether you're in the desert or the mountains, the H1's portal axles and locking differentials make it virtually unstuckable. Pricing and trims. Owning a legend isn't cheap. In the U.S.A., the 2026 Hummer H1 is sold as a custom-tier vehicle. The base adventure trim starts at $225,000. The Alpha Expedition trim, with the full luxury motorhome interior, can easily cross $295,000. While it's not a family budget vehicle in the traditional sense, for the elite traveler, it is the ultimate investment in freedom. Would you take this over a new G-Wagon? Let me know in the comments. 2026 GMC Yukon Denali. If you want to make an entrance, there is no SUV on the American road that commands respect quite like the GMC Yukon Denali. For 2026, GMC hasn't just updated a car, they've redefined what a luxury 3-row SUV should be. The Denali is for the boss who wants world-class luxury with a sophisticated professional edge. With a massive new interior overhaul and tech that practically drives the car for you, the 2026 Denali is aiming for the top spot. Let's see if this heavy hitter is worth the 6-figure price tag. Exterior. The first thing you'll notice about the 2026 GMC Yukon Denali is that massive signature chrome grille, but look closer. For 2026, the Denali Ultimate trim features Vader chrome accents and stunning 24-inch after-midnight metallic wheels that give it a truly intimidating stance. The LED lighting is now animated, performing a light show every time you walk up to the vehicle. It's longer, taller, and more aerodynamic than ever, featuring a hands-free power liftgate that projects the GMC logo onto the ground. It's big, it's bold, and it screams luxury from a mile away. Interior. Step inside and your jaw will drop. The centerpiece is the new 16.8-inch vertical touchscreen. It's massive, lightning fast, and controls everything from your climate to your navigation. You get authentic open-pore wood trim and full-grain leather that feels like it's from a Bentley. But the real luxury is in the seats. We're talking 16-way power-adjustable front seats with massage and executive second-row captain's chairs that also feature heating, ventilation, and their own 8-inch climate screen. Top it off with a 22-speaker Bose Performance Series sound system, and you have a rolling concert hall. Performance. Under the hood, the Denali stays true to its roots with the legendary 6.2-liter V8 engine pumping out 420 horsepower. But for the road trip kings, there's the 3-liter Duramax Turbo Diesel, which offers a massive 495 pound-feet of torque and incredible fuel range. The ride is buttery smooth thanks to the Air Ride adaptive suspension and magnetic ride control. It literally scans the road 1,000 times a second to eliminate bumps. And the best part? Super Cruise. You can drive hands-free on over 400,000 miles of highway in the U.S. and Canada, while the car handles the steering, braking, and lane changes. 2026 Denali pricing and market value. Luxury on this scale isn't cheap. The standard 2026 GMC Yukon Denali starts at approximately $83,195 USD. If you want the pinnacle of luxury, the Denali Ultimate begins at $105,195 USD. If you go for the extended Yukon XL with all the bells and whistles, you can easily cross the $120,000 mark. While that's a lot of money, it's still significantly more affordable than a Cadillac Escalade while offering 95% of the same luxury and technology. So, would you take this Denali over a Cadillac Escalade or a Lincoln Navigator? Tell us in the comments. 2026 Tesla Model S Plaid. If you think you felt speed, think again. Most supercars brag about a sub-3-second 0 to 60. This car does it in 1.99 seconds. We are talking about the 2026 Tesla Model S Plaid. In a world full of new electric rivals like Lucid and Porsche, the Model S is the OG that refuses to give up its crown. For 2026, Tesla has sharpened the blade with better aero, more range, and a refined interior that finally feels like the luxury flagship it's meant to be. Is it still the king of the drag strip and the daily commute? Let's find out. Exterior. At first glance, the 2026 Model S Plaid looks familiar, but the devil is in the details. Look closer at the front and rear fascias. They've been redesigned for even better airflow, helping this car cut through the wind like a hot knife through butter. You also get new 21-inch Valerium wheels that aren't just for show. They're lighter and stronger to handle that massive torque. It's sleek, it's low, and it still has that sleeper vibe that lets you humble Ferraris at every stoplight. Interior. Step inside and you'll see the Luxe package now comes standard. The minimalist cabin is elevated with a new multicolor ambient lighting system that flows across the dash and doors. The 17-inch cinematic center screen is now faster than ever, essentially a built-in gaming console with 10 teraflops of power. And for the skeptics, don't worry, you can still choose a traditional steering wheel, though the yoke remains a $1,000 option. With no stocks for blinkers or gears, everything is done through the screen or steering buttons. It's the most future-forward cabin on the road today. Performance. Now, for the part that actually matters, the numbers. 3 motors, carbon-sleeved rotors, and a mind-bending 1,020 horsepower. On a prepped track, this beast hits 60 miles per hour in under 2 seconds. But for 2026, the real story is the track package. It unlocks a 200 mile per hour top speed and adds carbon ceramic brakes to ensure you can actually stop after all that madness. Plus, with an estimated 350 miles of range and the world-class supercharger network, you can actually take this race car on a cross-country road trip without breaking a sweat. 2026 pricing and market value. So what does it cost to own the fastest accelerating production car in America? The 2026 Tesla Model S Plaid starts at approximately $109,990 USD. If you add the track package and FSD, you're looking at around $125,000. While that sounds expensive, remember, to get this level of performance from a gas-powered car, you'd have to spend over $2 million on a Bugatti. In 2026, the Plaid remains the undisputed speed per dollar champion. So, would you take this Plaid or the new Lucid Air Sapphire? Drop your pick in the comments. 2026 Chrysler Pacifica Limited. This vehicle is the reason you shouldn't buy a three-row SUV. While every manufacturer is trying to convince you that a bulky, overpriced SUV is the only way to move your family, the 2026 Chrysler Pacifica Limited is quietly sitting here, proving them wrong. Exterior. Let's start with the exterior, because the Pacifica Limited doesn't look like a budget van. For 2026, Chrysler has kept the design clean and sophisticated. You get LED headlamps as standard, which are slim and give the front fascia a modern, sharp signature. The limited trim adds a touch of class with 18-inch polished aluminum wheels and chrome accents that don't feel tacky, but rather premium. The proportions are large, but the aerodynamics are surprisingly slick for a van this size. You have hands-free power sliding doors and a power liftgate, which are absolute game changers when your hands are full. The roofline is integrated with a stow-in-place rack system that can be folded away when not in use to reduce wind noise. It's a mature, well-balanced look that says you've prioritized your family's comfort without giving up on style. Interior. Step inside, and this is where the Pacifica Limited really shows its flagship status. The dashboard is centered around the crisp 10.1-inch Uconnect 5 touchscreen. The interface is fast, smooth, and supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto without any clutter. But the real magic is in the seating. The premium trim gives you premium Nappa leather, and the front seats are both heated and ventilated. You also get a dual-pane panoramic sunroof that makes the cabin feel like a glass house. But we have to talk about the stow-and-go system. Unlike rivals where you have to physically remove heavy seats, the Pacifica's second and third rows fold completely flat into the floor in seconds. You get 140.5 cubic feet of cargo space. To put that in perspective, that's more room than a Chevy Suburban, but in a vehicle that's much easier to park. Add in the FamCam interior camera to watch the kids and the 13-speaker Alpine audio system, and you have a cabin that is more of a mobile lounge than a car. Now let's talk about performance. Under the hood, Chrysler is sticking with the proven 3.6-liter Pentastar V6. It delivers 287 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque. While many competitors are switching to buzzy 4-cylinder engines, this V6 feels smooth, confident, and has plenty of power for highway overtaking. It's paired with a 9-speed automatic transmission that is tuned for comfort rather than sportiness. You can choose between front-wheel drive for better fuel economy or an automatic full-time AWD system for better traction in rain or snow. It can tow up to 3,600 pounds, meaning a small camper or a boat is no problem. Fuel economy is respectable for a V6, sitting at around 22 mpg combined. It's not a hybrid, but the instant throttle response and the low-end torque make it feel much more mechanical and reliable in the long run. So what's the bottom line? The 2026 Chrysler Pacifica Limited starts at around $49,605 for the FWD version. And if you want the AWD, you're looking at around $52,950. When you compare this to a high-trim Honda Odyssey or a Toyota Sienna, the Pacifica wins on interior flexibility and pure luxury features. Compared to an SUV, there is no contest. The Pacifica is more practical and cheaper to own over 5 years. Now I want to hear from you. Would you spend $50,000 on this luxury van, or do you still think minivans are uncool? Let me know in the comments below. 2026 Chevrolet Silverado EV. Imagine a truck that has the towing power of a heavy-duty diesel, the acceleration of a mid-engine supercar, and a range that can literally cross states on a single charge. This is the 2026 Chevrolet Silverado EV. While the competition is struggling to hit the 300-mile mark, Chevy has unleashed a beast that offers nearly 500 miles of range and a mind-blowing 760 horsepower. This isn't just an electric version of a Silverado, it's a ground-up revolution built on the Ultium platform. Exterior and utility. The 2026 Silverado EV looks like it traveled back in time from 2050. It's sleek, aerodynamic, and has a stance that says, "I'm here to work." For 2026, Chevy has refined the lighting with an illuminated front bow tie and a massive LED light bar that performs a dance every time you walk up to it. But the real MVP here is the multi-flex midgate. Unlike any other truck in its class, you can fold down the entire back wall of the cabin. This extends your 5-foot 11-inch bed to a massive 10 feet and 10 inches. You can literally fit a kayak or long timber inside the truck with the tailgate closed. Up front, you get get the e-trunk, a lockable, waterproof frunk with 10.7 cubic feet of space, complete with its own 120-volt power outlets. Whether it's the 24-inch wheels on the top trims or the rugged 35-inch all-terrain tires on the new Trail Boss, this truck is built to handle the job site and the valet stand simultaneously. Interior and tech. Inside, the Silverado EV feels like a high-tech command center. Every 2026 model now comes standard with a massive 17.7-inch diagonal infotainment touchscreen tilted toward the driver. It's paired with an 11-inch digital gauge cluster and an optional 14-inch head-up display. For the U.S. market, Chevy included Super Cruise, the industry's best hands-free driving tech that now works even while you're towing a trailer. The cabin is incredibly spacious because there's no transmission tunnel, giving you a completely flat floor and enough storage in the center console to fit a laptop or a small cooler. It's the perfect blend of a luxury motorhome cabin and a rugged work tool. Engine, towing, and performance. Now let's talk numbers because they are insane. In wide-open watts mode, the 2026 Silverado EV delivers 760 horsepower and 777 pound-feet of torque. That's enough to launch this 8,000-pound truck from 0 to 60 in just 4.5 seconds. But you're here for the towing. This truck is rated to pull 12,500 pounds. To handle that weight, Chevy equipped it with four-wheel steering, which makes the rear wheels turn in the opposite direction for a tighter turning radius, perfect for navigating tight boat ramps. Range is where Chevy wins the war. The max range battery offers a staggering 493 miles on a full charge, and when you do need to plug in, it supports 350 kilowatt DC fast charging, adding 100 miles of range in just 10 minutes. Plus, with the power base system, you can export up to 10.2 kilowatts of power to run your house during a blackout or power a full campsite for a family adventure. 2026 pricing and trims. For 2026, Chevy has expanded the lineup to fit every budget. Here's the U.S.A. breakdown. The WT work truck starts around $54,895. It's basic, but it's a powerhouse for the job site. The custom around $55,895, adding those 22-inch wheels and more tech. The LT starting at $62,995 is the sweet spot with the midgate and the premium lighting. The Trail Boss starting at $70,000, giving you a 2-inch lift and off-road capability. The RST, the flagship, which can cross $90,000 but comes with every luxury imaginable. But what do you think? Would you take this over a Tesla Cybertruck? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Improve Autos for more deep dives into the future of driving. Thanks for watching.